8:45 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news, edited by Lakshman Fonseca and read by Mario Vijayawardena. The headlines. The evaluation of the GCE Advanced Level Examination answer scripts will be expedited from tomorrow. The Cabinet agrees to provide low-interest loan facilities at a 4% interest rate to Sri Lankans working abroad. Early landslide warnings to several districts. Health officials warn that the numbers of dengue and rat fever patients are on the rise. The Power and Energy Ministry says it could add 211 megawatts to the national grid. Vietnam records highest ever temperature of 44.1 Celsius. In sports news, the legendary cricketer MS Dhoni predicts Matisha Patirana could become a limited overs asset for Sri Lanka. The evaluation of the 2022 GCE Advanced Level Examination answer scripts will be expedited from tomorrow. The Commissioner General of Examinations, Amit Jayasundara, says the evaluation of the answer sheets will start in 10 more centres across the country tomorrow. He says the process of evaluation will be expedited. He added the evaluation of answer scripts of some subjects has already commenced despite the strike by the university lecturers. Accordingly, the evaluation of answer scripts of Hinduism, Christianity, Hindi civilization, art, dance, Oriental music, drama and theatre and the Hindi language commenced on the 24th of April. The FUTA chairman, Professor Shyama Banaheka, told the media that the university teachers are ready to join the process whenever notified by the Commissioner General of Examinations. Professor Banaheka said that about 1,300 university lecturers will join the evaluation of the answer sheet. The Cabinet has agreed to provide low-interest loan facilities at 4% interest rates of up to 2 million rupees to Sri Lankans working abroad. The Minister of Labour and Foreign Employment, Manusha Nanayakkara, says efforts are being made to start the loan scheme as soon as possible. The Minister stated that the only qualification to get the credit facility is to work abroad or to come back from working abroad and start a business in the country. The loan scheme will be implemented so that the state and commercial banks will not encounter a problem in providing low-interest loans. The Minister has revealed that if the loan interest rate given by the banks is 22%, but the remaining interest money lost by the bank will be given from the Kuwaiti Compensation Fund of the Foreign Employment Bureau. The Minister said that the Foreign Employment Bureau has an amount of 5 billion rupees in the Kuwaiti Compensation Fund and the Ministry is providing maximum concessions for the migrant workers known as the country's heroes. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The National Building Research Organisation NBRO has issued early landslide warnings to several districts in Sri Lanka, including the Badulla, Galla, Kagalla, Kurunagala and Matale districts. The Passara Divisional Secretariat in the Badulla district and the Pallepala Divisional Secretariat in the Matale district have been issued early landslide warnings. In the Galla district, landslide warnings have been issued to the Baddegama, Nagoda, Alpitia and Yakkalamura Divisional Secretariats. Similarly, the Kagalla district has also been warned, including the Yatiyamtota, Rambukkana, Dharaniyagala, Mavanalla, Kagalla and Galligamu Divisional Secretariats. The Kurunagala district has also been placed under warning, including Ridigama, Mavatagama, Alawa and the Polgahavela Divisional Secretariats. The Irrigation Department has opened the sluice gates of several reservoirs due to heavy showers. The National Dengue Control Unit says nearly 50,000 dengue patients have been reported throughout the country since January this year. Chief Consultant Dr. Sudat Samaravira says more than 2,700 dengue patients were reported throughout the country during the course of this month alone. Health officials also said that the numbers of dengue and leptospirosis or rat fever patients are on the increase. They said that there is an apparent increase in the rat fever cases with intermittent rains experienced in several parts of the country. The Power and Energy Ministry says it could add 211 megawatts to the national grid last year. 146 megawatts had been produced from rooftop solar panels. The ministry added Sri Lanka plans to connect up to 2,800 megawatts of renewable energy into the national grid over the next 3 years. The ministry said it has already raised the price of rooftop solar to encourage generation, he said. Sri Lanka's existing generation capacity is 4,200 megawatts, with about 35% of the total energy coming from a 900 megawatt coal plant complex.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
The evaluation of the 2022 GCE Advanced Level Examination answer scripts will be expedited from tomorrow. The Commissioner General Examinations, Amit Jayasundara, said the evaluation of the answer sheets will be started in 10 more centres across the country tomorrow. He said the process of evaluation will be expedited. He added the evaluation of answer scripts of some subjects has already commenced despite the strike by the university lecturers. Accordingly, the evaluation of answer scripts of Hinduism, Christianity, Hindi civilization, art, dance, oriental music, drama and theatre and the Hindi language commenced on the 24th of April. FUTA chairman Professor Shyama Banaheka told the media that the university teachers are ready to join the process whenever notified by the Commissioner General of Examinations.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
And now in Watchlight, the National Water Supply and Drainage Board says a 10-hour water cut will be imposed in several areas in Colombo tomorrow. The Water Board says the Moragasmulla, Rajagiriya, Obesekarapura, Bandaranayakapura, Athulkote and Navala areas in the Kolonnava Urban Council area and the main road from the Koswatta area and the Rajagiriya area to the Open University will be affected. That came to you in Watchlight. In World News Headlines. The US Transport Secretary requests airlines to refit planes with new sensors to address possible 5G interference. The Arab League agrees to bring Syria back into its fold. Vietnam records highest ever temperature of 44.1 degrees Celsius. The US will not delay a deadline for airlines to refit planes with new sensors to address possible 5G interference. Transport Secretary Pete Buttigieg said the airlines were told the 1st of July deadline would remain in place. Airlines have warned they will not be able to meet the deadline and may be forced to ground some planes. Telecom firms have previously delayed 5G rollout to allow airlines to adapt. In the US, the radio frequencies being used for 5G are in part of the spectrum known as C-band. The Federal Aviation Administration and aviation companies have previously raised concerns that C-band Spectrum 5G wireless could interfere with aircraft altimeters, which measure a plane's height above the ground. In a call with the airline companies on Tuesday, Mr. Buttigieg told them to work aggressively to retrofit their planes before the deadline, according to the Reuters news agency. Foreign ministers from the Arab League member states have agreed to reinstate Syria's membership after its suspension more than 10 years ago. The ministers voted for Syria's return into the fold at the Arab League's headquarters in Cairo today. The decision was made in advance of the Arab League summit in Saudi Arabia on the 19th of May and amid a flurry of regional normalization of ties with Damascus in recent weeks. Syria's Arab League membership was revoked after President Bashar al-Assad ordered a crackdown on protesters in March 2011 that spiraled the country into a civil war that has since killed nearly 500,000 people and displaced another 23 million. Vietnam has recorded its highest ever temperature just over 44 degrees Celsius, with experts predicting it would soon be surpassed because of climate change. The record was set in the northern province of Thanh Hoa, where officials warned people to stay indoors during the hottest times of the day. Other countries in the region have also been experiencing extremely hot weather. Thailand reported a record equaling 44.6 in its western Mark province. Meanwhile, Myanmar's media reported that a town in the east had recorded 43.8, the highest temperature for a decade. Both countries experience a hot period before the monsoon season, but the intensity of the heat has broken previous records. In Hanoi, climate change experts told AFP that Vietnam's new record was worrying given the context of climate change and global warming. And now the main points of the World News segment once again. The US Transport Secretary requests airlines to refit planes with new sensors to address possible 5G interference. The Arab League agrees to bring Syria back into its fold. Vietnam records highest temperature of 44.01. That was World News.
Development News.
The Russian government has agreed to implement urea and MOP fertilizer delivery programs based on the existing bilateral cooperation between Sri Lanka and Russia. The Ministry of Agriculture said that a discussion regarding the supply of urea and MOP fertilizer from Russia was held recently at the ministry with the participation of the Russian ambassador to Sri Lanka, Levan Desgran, and Agriculture Minister Mahinda Amaravira. The Russian ambassador also mentioned that the work between the two countries will commence soon to supply urea and MOP fertilizers needed for Sri Lanka's agricultural activities. That was development news, and now in sports news. The legendary cricketer Chennai Super Kings captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni believes Matisha Patirana could become a limited overs asset for Sri Lanka with a light workload that does not include any test cricket. Patirana, nicknamed Baby Malinga by fans, picked up 3 wickets for just 15 runs against Mumbai Indians at Chepauk yesterday. MS Dhoni said Matisha Patirana should play the big ICC tournaments because he is not somebody who will change a lot. MS Dhoni said the Sri Lanka cricket should look after him and make sure that he is fit and available for all ICC tournaments. MS Dhoni also said he will be a great asset for Sri Lanka and not to forget he's really a young boy. Patirana had gone unsold in the auction before IPL 2022 but was brought in Chennai Super Kings after Adam Milne was ruled out with an injury.
Go ekak thiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු වීන හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all new NSB Ithru account, NSB I am, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The Sri Lanka Tourism Promotion Bureau says Emirates has pledged its renewed support to promoting tourism in Sri Lanka through a memorandum of understanding signed with the Bureau. The Bureau said the agreement outlines a host of initiatives designed to promote the tourism and trade industries in the island. The MOU was signed by Ahmed Khoury, Emirates Senior Vice President, Commercial West Asia and Indian Ocean, and KPP Sirivardhan, Managing Director of the Sri Lanka Tourism Promotion Bureau at the Arabian Travel Market 2023.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekak thiyana youth එකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු වීන හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all new NSB Ithru account, NSB I am, a plan for your dream.
Economic News, courtesy of... For the 5th consecutive year, LOLC is awarded People's Financial Services Brand of the Year at the 2022 Slim Kantar People's Awards. As the People's Financial Services Brand of the Year, LOLC continues to place the customer first. And this has won the hearts, minds and trust of Sri Lankans, with yet another prestigious award as proof of this lasting commitment. LOLC, imagine the possibilities.
Sri Lanka's Ceylon tea prices fell 150 rupees per kilo at an auction on the 3rd of May due to increased offerings and strengthening of the rupee data shows. Forbes and Walker Tea Brokers said total auction volume was increased to 6 million kilograms and there was good general demand. Forbes and Walker said the lower trend in prices could be attributed to increased volumes, lower quality and a marginal strengthening of the Sri Lankan rupee. The weekly sale average fell by 96.98 rupees to 1,155.94 rupees from 1,252.92 rupees according to data.
LOLC Finance is taking the power of innovation to the next level, winning 5 golds at the Technovation Awards 2022, leading the digital revolution with cutting-edge interbanking digital payments. LOLC Finance claims the overall gold award whilst also claiming an extraordinary victory in digital banking.
Weather Report.
The Met Department predicts showers or thundershowers to occur at times in the western, Sabaragamu's central, northwestern and northern provinces and in the Gala and Mathura districts. Showers or thundershowers will occur at several places in the eastern Nuva provinces and in the Polonnaru district in the afternoon and night. Strong winds can be expected at some times over western and southern coastal areas and in the western slopes of the central hills. A low-level atmospheric disturbance has developed in the southeast Bay of Bengal area and this system will gradually develop into a low-pressure area and then into a cyclonic storm in the next few days. Fishing and naval communities are requested to be attentive to future forecasts issued by the Met Department in this disregard. The sea areas off the coast extending from Colombo to Hambantota via Galle and Matara will be fairly rough at times. And now the main points of this news broadcast. Once again, the evaluation of the GC Advanced Level Examination answer scripts will be expedited from tomorrow. The Cabinet agrees to provide low-interest loan facilities at 4% interest rate to Sri Lankans working abroad. Early landslide warnings to several districts. Health officials warn the numbers of dengue and rat fever patients are on the rise. The Power and Energy Ministry says it could add 211 megawatts to the national grid last year. Vietnam records highest ever temperature of 44.1 degrees Celsius. In sports news, a legendary cricketer MS Dhoni predicts Matisha Patirana could become a limited overs asset for Sri Lanka. That concludes this news broadcast. You're with Radio Sri Lanka.